Hi, good evening. I am Robin C. Speaks, and peace and blessings be upon you and your family this evening. Now, we have been going through the emotions, this wheel right here, which I must certainly go ahead and bring this down for this evening. We are on episode number 4. Yes, we are. The last episode, which was episode 3, we went over discuss on this particular wheel here. So I am going to, our first was happy because we're going around this way with the wheel, okay? For this one time a week that I, Robin C. Speaks, comes to you. So we have already went through happy, sad, and disgust. Now we're at, have you ever had this feeling? Anger, emotion. Anger is right here. Now, what bridges off anger is right here, which is going to be tier 2 and tier 3. Let's go ahead and go into tier 2. And what does it say? Anger, we have critical, distant, frustrated, aggressive, mad, hateful, threatened, hurt. Now, what bridges off of that tier, the second tier, as you see, we have words that bridge off of words. Like for this, you have all these that come out. Then for critical, we have 2 that bridge off of critical for the third tier, which is sarcastic, skeptical. And then off of distant is withdrawn, suspicious. Off of frustrated is infuriated, irritated. Off of aggressive is provoked, hostile. Off of mad is enraged, furious. Off of hateful is violated, resentful. Just with each word, just thinking in reference to the word and also the actual meaning. Now, off of threatened is jealous and insecure. Because for some of these emotions off of the breakdown, it almost seems like a defense type of mechanism. As if a certain type of emotion or feeling might come up depending on the type of emotion that you have or that you're feeling. You know? Next is our last one, which is hurt, devastated, and embarrassed. Because for some of these, I've actually have experienced myself. If Robin C. Speaks, want to give you really something 100 in regards to what I'm speaking about. Now, yeah, I have been embarrassed in my life due to the fact that's one of the last ones that I just mentioned here. Devastated and embarrassed. And you know, when I was embarrassed, let me think about it. At first, yeah, I was kind of hurt. Like, I did get upset, though. I'm like, okay. But then I had to actually look back on it and try to actually analyze and think of for self-development purposes. To rise above the emotions and think, okay, why did I get upset? Why was I upset? Was it really something to be upset about? not so much at other individuals, but just in dealing with knowledge of self regarding, because this is emotions. And it's something when you're going through emotions, it's on a personal basis that you actually have to give yourself a personal evaluation while you're going through some of the emotions. If you're able to pinpoint it, see, that's what this is actually giving you a breakdown for pinpointing different words. Because, see, that's not happy, just happy. HAPPY, just happy. No, see, happy gets some breakdowns of I'm joyful. What is it? I'm intrigued. I'm interested. Or if you're sad, lonely, but I'm not alone. Sad, depressed, empty, inferior. So that means somebody is superior if you're feeling inferior. Lonely, isolated. Disgust, disappointed. Can some of these be broad, or can some of them be narrowed down? Because what I'm thinking here, because we're dealing with the anger. And yeah, I've been angry sometimes in my life. But I wouldn't say so much as being angered. Because there's breakdowns of the different emotions that one actually has. And I was supposed to start the timer, y'all. But I'm looking at my time right here because I know what time I started. I have a time behind the time. Yes, I do. So, not going to hold you too long. We're going to do it about 10 or 15 minutes. So in 10 minutes, it'll be about 2 more minutes. It'll be 10. So I'll set this for like 5 more minutes, okay? Just so I can stay on point, Don't want to hold you too long because time be of the essence. And have things to do. And you probably got things to do too. So, but in reference to what I'm going to get back to regarding the actual emotions, because we're going through the emotional wheel right here. And for today's talk we're talking about anger. Okay. And there has been some times in my life where if I just be truthful with you, and certainly just to be honest, truthful, straight 100. Just straight, no chaser. Just gonna give it to you straight. I have done some things where when I look back on it, if it wasn't done on an emotional basis, could have had a different outcome. If it was a point in regards to, how can I put this plain? Okay, let's say if you're driving, right? Like to do things with cars, right? Because it makes so much sense, in regards to who's driving the vehicle. If you're going a little bit too fast, because I'm talking about like anger. Let's say something happens real quick, spontaneous. I mean, you go from 0 to 100 real quick. 0 to 15 to 20, 25 real quick. Now, when you do that, you actually, you can actually stop the brakes, but depending on how fast you're going, the momentum is going and it's going. So what starts in motion continues to go into emotion. So it's going to take a while to stop. It's going to take a minute to stop, because motion wants to keep on going. So for these different type of emotions that we're talking about, if you are able to actually quickly give a self-evaluation and analyze yourself. Or if you, basically, this could be internal or external. Now, think about it. You can analyze it within yourself, but then also if you see somebody else going through it, how can you be an aid? How can you help if you see someone that is in your circle of people, or someone that you may know, or just you could be out in the community and could see someone possibly going through this? How can you be of assistance? You know, how can you help? Now, if I see, because what I just thought about, I don't have anything to like give you a visual because I'm visual regarding, let's say if you had something that was tilted like that and you want it to be balanced, you want it to be straight. So you see someone and maybe they're tilted in one area. What things that you have that can be of assistance to help balance that out? I mean, if someone is not feeling too good, do you have some words of encouragement? If someone is looking down, do you have the words, a smile to allow that individual to lift their head up? The vibes about you to make them smile. The vibes about you to actually allow them, once they do look at you, to think about, I should look up. Because we're dealing with anger. And I know I got to like a few more minutes, but in reference, sometimes this is what I don't like in reference, because this is Robin C. Speaks, so I could definitely speak a little bit. When individuals such as myself, a black woman, expresses herself, and maybe it might be at a different tone. Maybe I'm just affirming what I'm talking about. Anybody out there want to know why when we express ourselves in reference to that, it sounds like we angry? Are we mad? Why we got to refer back to this particular emotion right here? Oh, she's an angry black woman. No, maybe I'm just breaking down some actual breaking down to you how I feel. We don't have to be angry about it, upset about it. What I would like is to not be so quick to go to the emotion, but to actually have an ear to hear and listen. Because it's like, how could I put it right here? Sometimes when an individual is talking, you see how this is a piece of paper, right? And you can write on this line, but in between the lines, you have this little small line right here. Okay, I'm going to end it with this. But you have this small line right here. So sometimes when the individual's talking, you're going to have to look between the lines. You know how you was in chemistry class and you might have to dissect something. So you actually had to... You were looking on the outside, but then you actually had to go to the inside in order to see how something works on the inside in regards to what's on the outside. So what I'm talking about, I remember we used to have a breakdown of sentences where you actually have the subject, the verb, and you have the preposition, object of a preposition, So to get the full understanding when you're in communication with someone. I don't know why I went that way in regards to talking about anger, but yeah. To be it's an emotion that's going to come. Stay tuned to Robin C. Speaks for our next emotion that I am going to come to you with. The next one, you want to know what it is? I'm going to give you a preview. Can you see it? There it is. Can you see it? Fear. Yeah, it's right there. Show you right. That's the next one we coming up on is fear. And guess what? We only got 2 and then we're done. We're going to go on to something new that Robin C. Speaks will have for you. So I want for you to be blessed. Take care. Be safe. Be well too, okay? And it be at thy will. I, Robin C. Speaks, will talk to you soon. Till then, later, y'all. Till next time. You want to know something? I'm out.